Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be testing out the new Milani Luminoso collection. Have you guys seen this? Because it looks so beautiful. You can find it at Walmart, but I actually just got this in PR, so we're going to try it out and pretty much do a full face of drugstore makeup because the collection isn't huge, but still honestly super iconic because if you know, you know, Milani Baked Blush and Luminoso is a classic drugstore makeup product. And this is a product that has been in rotation for years. It was actually one of the first blushes that I ever purchased when I first started getting into makeup. So I'm really excited about this collection. Make sure you guys grab a snack, get cozy, and let's get into it and have some girl time. Starting off with Milani eyeshadow primer. I really actually love the formula of this. It's just a really nice base. And for eyeshadow, we're gonna go in with the Luminoso eyeshadow palette. The only thing with Milani palettes is I wish they came with a little mirror. That's my only critique, but I'm a big fan of their eyeshadows. Let's start off with the color Halo, and I'm gonna pop that in my crease. Ooh, that's so pretty. It's a nice peachy color. Oh wow, it actually shows up a little bit darker, I feel like, versus in the pan, which is nice. It builds up really nicely. That's why I really do like Milani eyeshadows. I feel like they're very user-friendly because you can build them up and they're really easy to work with. That's really pretty. I like this color a lot. And then I'm gonna dip into the color Horizon. I like this. Just deepening up that outer third a little bit. Okay, I'm loving the formula of these eyeshadows. Very consistent to their other eyeshadow palettes. Then with a clean blending brush, I'm just gonna go in and blend out the edges, diffuse everything out. Now, of course, we have to go in with the color Luminoso in the palette, which is the center shade. I'm going to pop that on the lid. I am going to spray my brush with my favorite Ride or Die, Milani Make It Last, of course. And I'm just going to put that color all over my lid, pretty much just stopping towards the center. But I want to keep this inner third super light. This is gorgeous. This is going to be such a pretty little palette for spring, too, because of these like peachy tones. I feel like they're so flattering all year, honestly. Definitely going to apply best with your finger. I always recommend doing that over using a brush. So that's pretty much it for the eyeshadow. I really like this palette. The mattes are gorgeous. They're super pigmented, very easy to blend. And the shimmers in here are really soft. They have a very soft satin finish. So if you like a wash of color on your lids, but you don't want it to be very metallic-y, you will like these. But I really like this palette. I think it's super cute. A great little spring addition. So now for the eyes, I'm gonna go in with the Milani Highly Rated Lash Extensions Mascara. I just talked about this in my January hits and misses, and it's so good. Like, I can't stop using this mascara. It gives so much length. This is honestly one of the most lengthening mascaras I think I've ever used. It lengthens, it separates, it pretty much does it all. It has such a great wand. It doesn't flake, and this is coming from somebody who did not like the anti-gravity, I think it was. That one flaked on me, but this formula is so much better. Now we're gonna go in with these lashes. So these are the Luminoso vegan eyelashes. I love Milani lashes. Whenever they come out with these in their collections, they're always so pretty. Ooh, and these are definitely a little bit more dramatic. They have a ton of volume, but they're so pretty. Let's see how they look. Okay, wait, I love these. I didn't have to put them on all the way to know that I'm gonna like them. The lashes are on. I did trim the inner corners because they were jabbing at my eyes, so you might have to do that if you get them, but I think they're really pretty. They remind me a lot of the lashes from the Flora collection that they launched last spring. So if you like those, I feel like you would really like these as well. Now, my favorite part is, of course, the skin, and it would not be a Milani video without Milani Make It Last. So I'm gonna prep my skin with this. This is the best drugstore setting spray, and it's nice to do this too before makeup because it does a nice job at prolonging your makeup, because then your primers and your foundation and everything just have a nice base to stick to. One of my all-time favorite hydrating primers is the Milani Supercharged Dewy Primer. I've gone through like 2 of these, and I love the way my skin looks with this. It's hydrating, it's dewy, it's fresh, and it works with a lot of my favorite foundations. So it's just a good primer. It doesn't fill in your pores or anything. It's really just hydrating, and it's a good base for your makeup to stick to. So I really, really love this. I will even put this on my under eyes so that those are hydrated as well. Another favorite from Milani is the cream to powder foundation. I love the coverage on this and how long lasting it is. It's nice too because you can customize the coverage. So the more that you add, the more coverage you're gonna get. You can also keep it light and just do a little bit at a time and cover as you needed. So it's cream to powder, but I still like to set it afterwards because for me, it's still pretty tacky. It doesn't dry down to a total powder finish, but it's a really good foundation. So I have this one in the color 220. So you could apply this with your finger and then blend it out with a brush, or you can dip the brush directly into the product and then just swipe it on your face, and like I said, customize the coverage as you go. But it's really, really pretty, the foundation. I like the way it looks on the skin, but I also love the coverage that it provides. I normally do one layer and you see how good that looks. It's kind of like just a skin enhancer too, because it gives you coverage, but it's not a really heavy powder or cream to powder foundation. I feel like I need to get an updated shade in this though, because it might be a little bit too light, but no, actually maybe it does match me right now. I love it. It's really, really good. And to really enhance the coverage, I like to pack on the foundation. Swiping is cool too, but when you actually pack it on, you are packing on that product and it's gonna give you maximum coverage. And as always, I'm using my Anissa Beauty Pinnacle foundation brush. Fits into like every crevice of the face too, which is why I love it with all of my foundations. But you see how it covered up the redness on that pimple? Like, it's so good. And if you wanna add more, you can just build it up. And I recommend actually concentrating the product when you are building up this foundation, specifically where you want it. Oh, actually I think the color is perfect. So again, this one is 220 Creamy Natural. Now for concealer, I'm going to use my current favorite, which is the IRL Filter Finish from Makeup Revolution, and I have this one in the color C4. And I'm gonna add just a touch of brightness with the under eye brightener, and this one is in the shade 01 Rose. If you have not tried these from Milani, they have liquid contours, liquid highlighters, and under eye brighteners. You need to. They are super creamy, and they have some good shades in here. So I just do a little bit, and you can do this underneath as well, but if you do it over top, it kind of acts as a brightener over your concealer. Also, it gives a tad bit of coverage, so if you do this underneath, it's nice because you don't have to use as much concealer over top. I'm going to do a little bit of bronzer with the liquid contour in the shade 01 Honey. I love the color that this gives my skin, but also I love the way this blends. So this is the shade. It's a little bit warm, but it has a little bit of a cool undertone as well. The product just blends so effortlessly and gives you the most beautiful little chisel. They absolutely killed it with this formula. It's really nice. See that little chisel that it gives, but it's not muddy. It's not too orange. It's just perfection. Love. This is one of the best products that Milani has ever launched. It does get messy though, but it's worth it, honestly. Now, I'm curious about this. It's a liquid blush highlighter, and this one's in Luminoso. I think I want to apply this now. I'm curious because it says blush and highlighter. So, ooh, okay, this is what the color looks like. Should I put some on the back of my hand or directly on my skin? Let's just try it like this. Okay, wait, that is so gorgeous. I just put too much. Ooh. Okay, it reminds me a little bit of a glow wand from Charlotte Tilbury. Gives a little bit of a tint, but also that gorgeous luminoso glow that we all know and love. See, it has a very light tint, but it's more of a glowy product than anything, to be honest. I feel like I have to swatch this next to Peachgasm from Charlotte Tilbury. Hold on. Do we have a dupe? Maybe. Okay, so I have Peachgasm here from Charlotte Tilbury. Okay, no, they're a little bit different. So Peachgasm is definitely much more peach. Luminoso is a little bit more of just like a neutral champagne. So it's a little bit less peach, more neutral. So not an exact dupe, but a very similar kind of concept. But with this from Milani, I feel like you're gonna get more glow than pigment when you actually blend it out. But it is pretty. I'm gonna see how this looks after I set it, and I'll determine if I wanna add a little bit more. To set everything, I'm gonna use my IRL Filter Finish powder from Makeup Revolution. After setting, you can see that the blush and highlighter that I used is pretty much non-existent. So this might be something that you use after powder if you want to glow, or if you don't set your makeup, or if maybe you use a powder that is less matte, you could probably still have a little bit of that glow peeking through. It's a pretty product. I'm gonna maybe add that after I add the baked blush. This is the best. Honestly, I feel like this doesn't really need any additions on its own. It's such a good blush. So let's add this right now because I can't wait. And I have, of course, already tried this blush. I have another baked blush in Luminoso. I have no idea where it is, but oh yeah, this is pretty. Wow, I actually feel like this new baked blush, first of all, that's stunning, but it actually has less glitter than the one that I have. The one that I have is super old. I've had it for years, and I wish that I had it right here. I'm like looking at my collection, like, where did I put it? But even like as I dip my brush in here and I apply it, it gives me such pretty pigment, but there isn't really a ton of kickback either, or glitter or fallout. So I feel like the formula is slightly maybe improved, but don't get me wrong, I loved that glittery finish that the other Luminoso blush had, but I just feel like this one doesn't have the glitter. It's more of just that luminosity and that color. It also goes on really smooth. So I think the formula is honestly improved. It's much better than the other one, and I already loved the other one, so I really like it. I think this new formula is definitely worth picking up. I'm really happy with it, and it looks so good. Since we're here and I just applied that though, I kind of want to see how this product applies over top and if it pulls any of my foundation. Let's try it. So again, this is the liquid blush and highlight, and I'm just gonna put it on. It's like the same exact color, by the way, as the Luminoso. I'm gonna put it on with the applicator. Okay, yeah, see, when you put this on over powder with the applicator, it is going to lift your foundation underneath, so don't do that. I'm just blending it out. I'm gonna take some from the back of my hand here and just go over. Okay, see, that's how you do it. So take it on the back of your hand and then take a brush and then stipple it on. And it kind of just enhances the glow a little bit because it is a liquid highlighter and blush. So it gives you the same exact color as the baked blush in Luminoso. It's just in a liquid form. And it blends out so much better with a brush. So you can apply the liquid blush highlighter over top of powder. Just don't apply it directly on your skin with the applicator because it's going to lift your product. So just instead use a brush. Any brush will work, and that will do the trick. So that's actually really pretty over top of it. Another Milani product that I've really been loving is the Stay Put Liquid Brow Wax. So I'm gonna use this right now just to set my eyebrows. This is such a great product for setting your brows, keeping them in place, but it kind of almost gives a fluffy brow look a little bit. Let's do the lips now because I'm dying to try out this Luminoso gloss, which I already know I'm gonna be obsessed with. I mean, look at this color, it's perfection. So we gotta do a little lip liner first. I'm gonna take the Understatement lip liner from Milani in the color Cafe au Lait 160. So good. And now we're gonna go in with the Keep It Full Nourishing Lip Plumper in the shade Luminoso. It smells so minty. Ooh, do you see that color? That is so pretty. It's like a peachy, glowy gloss, of course. It's just like the blush in gloss form. This smells so nice. It's a combination of minty but also a little bit sweet. It's a little bit sticky, but it still feels nice on the lips, and I love that wash of color that it gave to the lips, because you can see all I did was do lip liner and it gave me the prettiest peachy, glowy, glossy finish. And also, now that I'm looking at my cheeks, I changed my mind. I do like that liquid blush highlighter, especially over top of the blush. It just adds an extra element of glowiness, and I was actually able to blend this away too, because I told you guys earlier it did lift some of my foundation, but when I blended it out with the brush, now it looks really seamless again. So the liquid blush highlight is a winner. Let me finish up the eyes right now. I'm gonna just take a little bit of a nude pencil. This one is from Essence, and I'm gonna run that on my waterline. And then I'm gonna go in with the gold shade in the palette. This one is in Soul. I'm gonna pop that in the inner corners. I'm also gonna mix in a little bit of the shade Gleam. Then I'm gonna take the color Pink Moon, and I'm gonna drag that along my lower lash line. I'm also gonna mix in a little bit of Sunset. I'm trying to use as many of the colors as possible. If you love your peachy tones, you're gonna love this entire collection. So this is the completed drugstore makeup look using some Milani products, some of my favorites. I really love this new Luminoso collection. I think it is so pretty. Everything about it is perfection. The eyeshadow palette was gorgeous, especially the mattes. They are so buttery and blendable. I love the look I created too. It's like you can't go wrong. The lashes were really pretty. They remind me a lot of the Flora lashes like I mentioned from the last collection. So these get a double thumbs up from me, and I really like the way they look on my eye shape. I love the lip gloss, even though it is a little bit sticky. I will say just don't use too much product, but I love the wash of color that it gives to the lips. It's just one of those good glosses that looks nice on its own or with a lip liner. You don't really need to layer this over any lipstick because it gives really pretty pigment on its own. And the liquid blush highlight, I did not think that I was gonna love this. I love the fact that you actually can layer this over powders. Just don't apply the applicator to your cheeks. Apply it on the back of your hand and then take a brush and apply it that way, because it goes on so much better and it won't lift any of your foundation. But this is stunning, and I think this is going to be a nice glowy product that you could use over any blush, and it's going to just add such a pretty glow to the cheeks. And honestly, I did not think that the Luminoso baked blush could get any better, but this formula, I'm not sure if it's new, but to me it's improved. Very pigmented, very smooth, less glittery than the other one. So definitely check this out if you guys are looking into peachy tones. I think this is the perfect. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for new videos every week, and I'll see you very soon in my next one. Bye! Mwah.